Okay, this is the Angel Hug for Friday, the 7th of December, Saturday the 8th and Sunday the 9th. So for Friday the 7th, I'm going to pick a colour card. Sounds like the stop right there. Overcome your challenges. Right, okay, so this card is a really interesting one because as I look at this card and I look at this light at the centre of it and then I see all these shadows covering it, it just makes me really aware of this sense of uncovering layers and layers and layers of false perception and of old ideas and old ways of being. Things that have been built out, my guide's just saying karma, and you know, whatever, however you see karma, it comes down to it being a feeling, an understanding that there is something that you're holding on to, that you've been holding on throughout time, that needs to be let go of now, that needs to be released. And because I could talk about karma probably for 3 or 4 hours without stopping, but I really just want to make this 3 or 4 minutes. So I'm not going to start talking about it. I just want to say very quickly, it's not about punishment, as most of you already probably know. It's about learning, and it's also about things that we've acquired. When you think about how you've acquired habits and beliefs and perceptions throughout this lifetime, just imagine that having happened throughout maybe 500 or so lifetimes. And let's just call that karma. And let's just call it something to do with, you have those ideas and perceptions as a result of things that you've done or that you perceive to have been done to you. And somewhere within you, you have a sense unconsciously that there needs to be a balancing and a releasing of all of these things. And that sometimes you will be consciously doing the balancing and releasing by forgiving yourself, by letting go, by doing the work. And sometimes the universe will be helping you to do that by showing you where your perception has been false or faulty in the past, through a law of balancing and of cause and effect, which is what we usually call karma, which is more like what seems to be the punishing aspect, but it's more a sense that your higher self is calling you to know how it feels to experience this hurt that you've inflicted on someone else. You want that experience because you want to understand and come into your true being, which is loving. So today, Friday, feels like a big day for that. Overcoming challenges really is a great deal to do with overcoming karma, because when you think about it, every challenge is a perception. So that's all I'm going to say about that. Thank you guys, that was beautiful. I'm going to listen to it later. And Saturday, that feels so huge. I almost want to leave that for the whole weekend, but let's do something a bit nicer. Or, well, we don't know what we're going to get. Maybe it's something that will make that clearer. Trustworthy guidance. Okay, so what I would say about this is to go inside for your guidance this weekend, because this looks as if it's going to be a big weekend for doing more clearing, but it doesn't have to be heavy. It can just be recognizing things. Sometimes karma can be something as simple as I've been a dancer in several lifetimes, and now here I am stuck behind a desk, and no wonder I'm miserable because my feet want to be moving. That can be karma, but because I had my legs chopped off in the 13th century, I don't allow myself to dance anymore. Well, today I'm going to go out and I'm going to join up for a class. That can be karma. Trust the guidance of your body, trust your heart, trust what brings you alive, trust your passion, trust what's coming from inside, because that's the most trustworthy guidance you will ever receive. And start to develop a practice of meditation and connecting with your guides and your higher self, so that becomes much more natural and easy, and it flows into and through your daily life, rather than being something that you need to go looking for all the time. It's quite a wonderful thing when that happens. Okay, so the card says, you've received a wonderful idea as an answer to your prayers. This idea is real and trustworthy. You can safely move forward with it, knowing that we are with you every step of the way. Ask for and be open to receiving support for anything that you need related to this idea. Right, so Saturday is also a great day for, on the same sort of having very clear impulses and intuitions about perhaps ways that you could go in terms of following your passion. If you've been given a nudge recently, if there's something that's come into your heart or your mind or through your dreams, because the dreams are getting very powerful, the dreams are becoming very, very clear and logical in a really freakishly weird way. You know, dreams are becoming very, very clear forms of guidance. So, you know, you might just wake up from a dream and have real clarity about something. Trust the guidance that you're receiving on, you know, on all of those levels, and make Saturday a day to follow through on that, especially if these nudges seem to come from something that will heal a karma or a sense of something that you feel you are currently rebalancing as we move towards the end of 2012. Right, let's make this one Sunday a brief one, hopefully. Well, that's the plan, but then God is probably laughing. Okay, detach from this situation. Right, and what I've just seen is make a decision, then detach. Make a decision, move away. Make a decision, go and have some fun, go and play. Okay, because there's no point worrying it. It's a big weekend to let go of old ideas about who you thought you were, make a decision based on who you know you can be, decide to do something that is an action, decide to take an action next week, write it down in a diary or on a calendar on the wall or somewhere, and then let it go. Don't put worry energy into it, don't think about it, just let it go. Put it in a pink bubble, release it, and know that that's what you're going to do. When you wake up on Monday morning, or at some point during Sunday, or whenever, you're going to do something, but you're going to do it in a way that's detached. Because if you start attaching too much energy to it and getting the head involved, the head will interfere, and it might tell you that you're being silly. So stay in the heart. Put the idea down on paper and move away from it in terms of your thinking. And the card says, Archangel Michael, I ask you to use your flaming sword to cut any attachments to fear or drama, so that I may be centered in the knowingness that peace is everywhere within me and this situation. I love that this card keeps coming up, and I love the way that it applies differently to so many of these different situations, because we think sometimes that we get attached to fear and drama when something bad is happening, and that this can bring us down lower. That's not the only way we get attached to fear and drama. We can also get attached to fear and drama when we get excited about something, and then we suddenly allow that thought, that rogue thought, to come in and to tell us that we're silly to get excited about it, or we can't do it all. All of those things are fear and drama based. Joy is the natural position. Love is the default position. That's who we really are. So really that's about, on Sunday, just deciding to flow with that, to flow with the original idea that tells you that yes, you can be that amazing magical being, to decide to take an action, or take an action there and then, and to let it go. Just let it go. Forget about it. Forget that you even did it, and just see what happens. Okay, everyone, I'll be back on Monday. Have a great weekend. It's becoming lighter and lighter. Okay, have fun. Bye.